So you've seen it working, now I'm going to show you how it actually works. So hey there YouTube, Merrickpie here. Just like I said in the previous video, this is going to be me showing you the background, how it actually works, what's going on behind here. I did it mainly for time reasons, but if people like it this way, I might continue to do it this way, where I split it up into two parts. So let's see how it actually works. The concepts behind it are pretty simple. A lot of it I've already highlighted in other videos, but let's go ahead and take a look at the back. I have my input station right here, which is very similar to other input stations that I've made, but this time it's only one line long because I'm just putting in a binary number. I'm not trying to put in a character. So I have all that. I have my usual implies gate that holds the information from going through until I press my send button. It comes into here. Okay, the sort of thing that I did different from usual is I figured, well, since it's only one row high, it's only a one line long, one row high, I figured I could probably just stack them together, stack each different memory cell together. If you saw my programmable character map video, whenever I needed to have a new memory cell, I'd have to send it off to the side because it's a large 2D memory cell. But since this is only 1D, I can just stack them easily on top of each other and to conserve space. So this bottom row right here is my word number 1. And just like with my programmable character map, I have a switch that holds the, that while it's off, it's holding the information from coming through. And so once I flip that switch, this torch will turn off and then allow the information to get through this implies gate. As I was building up, I found out that I sort of needed to make a wave for the stack for this vertical column here in order to get it so that I have a on torch at every implies gate. And I didn't really want to continue that wave pattern as I got further, so I just made, after I stacked them all after the implies gate, I just made them all line back up onto a single file line, and this time with only one space in between instead of two. So that's what's going on here. It's just a little bit of bending in the wires. Let's go back to the bottom again. Here's my memory cell for each specific word code. So whatever I put into my input station and I say write to word 1 is going to get stored into here. Excuse me, sorry for the mic movement. Right here, if we travel down here, that's my reset button, and that corresponds with this button right here. Again, unlike my programmable character map, I only need to worry about a one-dimensional memory cell, so I needed to keep these separate from each other. So this is how I did it. I just made sure that they don't influence the next one above it. So that would wipe that clean if I wanted to. And then here's where it starts getting a little bit different. I don't have any more implies gates or whatever to hold the information back because I don't really care about which one I'm trying to view. I'm just putting it in, and then it's going to send out a specific word. How I get that word is I just have a decoder right here. I had 6 words, so I have 6 different I guess locks or gates or decoders, whatever you want to call them, that correspond with each of the word code numbers. So I think word 1 was under, and that was 12. And so if we look on here, it's pretty easy to decipher what the code is supposed to be. Looking right here, every time you see a torch on, it's supposed to be a 1 right there. Every time you see a torch off, it's supposed to be a 0 right there, because it works in the opposite. When this would be on, that torch would be off. When this would be off, that torch would be off. So if it goes through there, if I put in the code for 12, or I should say I put in the code for under, it follows this path around here, very long path, ends up right here, which then controls this piston, which reveals the word under for word number 1. And basically just follows that same logic the entire, for every single word. I have 6 identical, what do you call them? 6 identical decoders, times 4, on each level, because I wanted to make sure that each word can have any possible, or each word storage area can have any possible word come out of it, just to give it a little bit more difficulty to figure out. Let's see what else. This part probably was the most tedious, obviously. It's got a long bus line, but I figured I could have made the plaza area where the player, gets their, does their stuff, where the player does their portion. I could have made that long and big, but I decided to make the actual redstone long and big to make the plaza area a little bit smaller. So the way I have the word display right now is not what I was really hoping to do. I was hoping to create a sort of a marquee display with redstone repeaters, that it would constantly display a sentence with blanks for where you're supposed to be putting in these new words, and every time that you put in a new word, the next time that the marquee sends its display out, it would replace that blank with a word. But as I was building this, I started noticing that it was getting kind of big, and I was getting pretty lazy. I didn't really want to go that far into it, so I just decided to go a different route. The next route I was thinking about was sort of the same idea, but using my scrolling background concept, and I was going to have a bunch of different words on sort of a scrolling background, and then the pulse to flip the pistons would go off X number of times in order for this word to appear, or this word to appear, or whatever. And started fiddling with that, and that ended up being looking like it was going to be extremely huge, because I would have had to have so I had 6 words, and I have 4 different word spots, so I would have had 6 words times 4 on a large scrolling background. So that was going to be really big and really tedious. So I figured, okay, well, what if I did something sort of like a odometer, but with letters? But then at that point, I wanted to just make it 4-sided, but I couldn't think of any other words that began with, let's see, I think the first words I had were the words that were going to be correct. So key, under, floor, door. So I couldn't think of any words that used combinations of those letters that weren't already extremely similar to them. So I decided to skip out on this. So yeah, that's basically the design behind it. Could be a little bit smaller. Oh wait, I forgot this actual part. So how this works is I have, as we see right here, for word number 1, the word is supposed to be key. So I have coming up from its little torch that powers it, I have coming up from there another inverter that would turn off if that word is the one chosen, and so it would stop sending power to here. This is just a long AND gate, just a long, weird-looking AND gate. The second word is supposed to be the key to the door, so right here, same idea. Key to the door is hidden under. There, I got under right here, and then floor is the last one. And then once all 4 of those have been selected, it's going to be holding that on, because it's governed by a RS NOR latch. Then once all 4 of that is selected, then it would turn all this power off, which turns this on, which turns this off, which turns this on, and then powers these pistons. Let's see. You can sort of see the torches right there and right over here. And once those turn off, these pistons open up and reveal my exit. So that's pretty much it working. Just as always, if you have like my videos, watch my videos, tell your friends about my videos. Like I said in the video before, I'm going to be releasing this to the public, so if you want to put any improvements on it, change it up a bit, put it into your adventure map, go right ahead. And until next time.